Imagine waking up at 2:45 in the morning to the sound of metal being sawed off your truck. Two local punks thought they could steal my catalytic converters and just drive away in their busted-up ex-police car like they owned the town. Little did they know, my neighbor's cameras caught every single second of their pathetic little heist. Now, most people would just call the cops and wait for a report that goes nowhere, but I wanted something much more satisfying. These idiots were driving a literal death trap. No license plates, no insurance, and a sound system that rattled more than their brains. They spent their whole day smoking outside a chicken shack, probably plotting their next step to pay for their lifestyle. So instead of a standard police report, I made a very special phone call to a friend in code enforcement. I told him exactly where that piece of trash Crown Vic was sitting and that I was ready to authorize a nuisance tow. When the tow truck arrived, the rabbit hole went even deeper. It turns out their precious car hadn't been registered since 2011, and the title was so messed up it was basically non-existent. The police didn't just impound it, they issued a certificate of destruction, a black title. That means the car was legally dead and destined for the scrap heap. But the best part? These two morons actually spent the next 2 days running around town thinking their car had been stolen as a prank because the ignition was so worn out you could start it with a house key. When they finally tracked it down to the junkyard, they tried to pull a stunt straight out of a movie. One tried to distract the owner while the other attempted to drive it off the lot. Except the yard owner was already 3 steps ahead of them and had already cut the drive shaft clean off. They were stuck. I wasn't there to see the look on their faces, but the cops sure were. They were arrested on the spot for trying to steal back a car they didn't even legally own, and they had to stand there in handcuffs while a massive crane ripped their car to absolute shreds. It wasn't just crushed, it looked like a toddler had torn it apart out of pure curiosity. They've been hiding in their trailer ever since, probably mourning their loss, but I've already spotted a new beater Jeep sitting in their driveway with no plates. I am just waiting for them to take it out on a public road so I can finish the job. Some people think destroying their only way of getting around was a bit excessive for a few stolen parts, while others argue that this kind of ruthless justice is the only language people like this understand.